Hello and welcome back to the Azure DevOps course. In this lesson, we will explain the variables in the YAML pipelines, or the variable types that we can define in the YAML pipelines. So I have created a pipeline to demonstrate how to use the different types of variables in the YAML pipelines. So I will go to it. So first thing, we have a pipeline variable. A pipeline variable is available to be used in all the stages and all the jobs. All the pipeline can use it. The pipeline variable is declared here under the first variables. It is not under any stage. It is above the stages, and declare the variable as key and value pairs like this. This is a pipeline variable. The second type is a stage variable. So now I will talk about the scope based variables. We have a stage variable, we have a job variable. We can also define environment variable in a script step. So to define a stage variable, we go under the stage and write variables key and write the variables key and value like this. So the stage variable is available only in this stage, in the stage basics. If you go down there in the stage output stage and try to use it, we can't use it. It is not seen here. Its scope is only for the stage. There is also a scope based job variable. This job variable is written here under the job. So this variable is seen only in this job, in job 1. If we try to use it in another job, it will give error. It's seen only on this job. So we have a pipeline variable, a stage variable, a job variable. Also we can make an environment variable in a script. Like here in this script, you can go here and make an env key and make a variable that is seen only in this script step. But when you try to access the variable, which is environment variable, we access it by the bash shell syntax or PowerShell syntax. So here to access the script variable, we used only $sign before the variable. But to access a pipeline variable, a stage variable, a job variable, we use the default Azure DevOps syntax, which is $sign and round brackets and the variable name. To access any variable in Azure DevOps, we use $sign and round bracket. But for only the script environment variable, we use the bash shell syntax, which is this. Also, there is a predefined variables that's predefined so we can use it, like the build ID. So Azure DevOps give us a variety of predefined variables that we can use. We can go to documentation to see them all. So now I went to the Azure DevOps documentation, and here is a predefined variable section. We have agent predefined variables for the agent build directory, agent ID, agent job name. Also we have build variables for the build artifact staging directory, build ID, build number, build definition version, build reason, and there is the build source branch name. This is the branch that is triggered. So we can use these predefined variables in our pipeline. We can access it using the Azure DevOps syntax with the $sign and round bracket. Okay. And also we can use a UI defined variable. To define a variable using UI, you can go here and click on new variable, UI var, name it UI var, and write anything hello from UI var. So now we define the variable using UI. So we can go in the UI to edit the variables and add new variable. Also, we can click on this checkbox to let the users override this value when running the pipeline. So the user, when running the pipeline, can go using the UI and override this value. So it's like this. Save. So there is a pipeline variable, stage variable, job variable, script variable, predefined variables, UI defined variable using the UI, and also there is a runtime variable. What is a runtime variable? A runtime variable is a variable defined in the runtime. A variable defined in the runtime is defined inside a script. It is not defined in the YAML format here. It is defined inside a script. So like this. To define a runtime variable, we use this format: echo #vso task.set variable equal this format, and then type the variable name. Here is the variable name, and then after the square brackets, the variable value. So after this script, we have set a new variable, a runtime variable. So we can access the runtime variable inside any other scripts. Okay. Also, there is something called an output variable. What is output variable? An output variable is a runtime variable that is set to be used by another stage or by another job. So here I am setting an output variable to be used by another stage. how to set output variable. When setting the runtime variable, you add the semicolon to our syntax, and then right after it is output equal true, then the value of the variable. And don't forget to give a name for the script. We need this name, the script name. After defining the runtime variable to be an output variable, we can use it by another stage or by another job. So now I'm using it in another stage. How to use it? To use a runtime variable in another stage, we must first go in the another stage in the variable section and write a variable name and give the variable value to be like this: $, square brackets, and write stage dependencies dot the stage that has the variable that has the output variable, which is basics, because we want to access the output variable that is in the basics stage. This output variable, which is shared output var, is in basic stage. So we write here the stage name that has the output variable. Then dot the job name that has the output variable. The job name here is job 1. Then dot outputs, quotation, then the script name. So that is the script name that I mentioned that we should use. Here the output variable script has this name. So we access the output variable by the script name, which is set runtime variable. Then the script name, then the variable name. So now after defining the variable here, we can access it inside the output stage. So we have output a variable from the basic stage to the output stage. That is the output variable. It can be used between different stages. Okay, and there is something also I want to add, which is the variable group. We have used the variable groups in the classic pipelines, but we can use it also in the YAML pipelines in this format. We write dash group and the variable group name. So now this stage is linked with this variable group, demo group. I will create the demo group with you now. It contains two variables, plain var and secret var. So I will go to the library and add demo dash group and add plain var value hello from plain var and add secret var hello from secret var. And here in the secret var, to make it locked, we click here to change the variable type to secret. Now we lock this variable to be used as a secret. So now I use this variable as a secret. When I save now, I can't unlock it and see this variable value. So the value now is masked, we can't see it. And also if we try to echo a secret variable, we can't show it. If you go to the logs and try to echo this variable, we will see asterisks instead of the variable value, because it is a secret variable. So that's the difference between a plain and secret variable in the variable group. So now we can try and run this pipeline. It has two stages, the basics and the output stage, and we use a runtime variable, output variable from the basic stage, and use it in the output stage. Now it printed the pipeline variable, the stage variable, the job variable, the script variable, the predefined variable, which is the build ID, the UI defined variable, the runtime variable that we set it using the set script. And now here, this is the output variable that is outputted from the basic stage, output from previous job, and that is its value. We could access it using the output variable. And here the plain variable is printed hello from plain var, but the secret variable here is masked. When you try to print it, it show an asterisk because it is masked now, because it is a secret variable. We couldn't print it. And also there is a thing I want to mention. If we try to run the pipeline, we could edit the UI variable when running the pipeline, because we checked the box that we can edit it from the run pipeline. So that's all for this lecture. We have learned the pipeline variables, the stage variables, the jobs variables, the environment variables in the script, the runtime variables, set task, and also we have learned the output variables, the variable groups, and the difference between the plain and secret variables. So that's all for this lecture. I hope you enjoyed, and see you in the next lecture.